LeBron James wins 1 championship in LA. That means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
LeBron into the front court. Up 6. Not that time. Magic on the possession. To Fournier. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
First free throw is good.
It's like practice.
And gets both to drop at the line.
Oh, I see you've been working hard,
Here's Rondo with it. Leads 4. James throws it up. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, that's a strong connection.
And it's always about the play before the play. Look how the eyesight was able to connect between 2 players. We call that an eyesight contract. Because when you have a contract that's signed, sealed, and then delivered like that, that's how great plays are made.
Tough shot. He hits.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
James. The drive, right to the basket. Nikola Vucevic sends it away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Can't connect.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
James to Cousins. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw good as he completes the 3-point play. The lead is up to 6. Magic basketball.
Take coming.
To Vucevic.
Pass that up.
Can't hit.
That
Rondo into the front court. Up by 6. Jay, the Lakers, not just a great franchise, but they are a brand in the NBA. With LeBron James, what do you make of Laker fans accepting him maybe now or down the road as one of their own?
They better accept him now. I agree wholeheartedly with Jeannie Buss when she said they're not Laker fans if they're not happy about LeBron James. He is a Laker, and this is one of the most loyal fan bases we have, not just in this country, but in the entire world. The most Twitter followers of all the teams in the NBA.
It's a big finish. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Anthony Davis snatching it out of the air. Lakers at the controls right now. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
This comes down to great execution both on the offensive and defensive end of the floor. Let's see if they can carry this into the second quarter.
For 3, they'll take it from downtown. Let's see, Jay, if that wakes them up.
Yeah, that was a big-time 3, but the most important possession is now, the one you're currently in. Don't focus on the next play, but focus on the present.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And that transition offense was flawless. When guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency, you heard me correctly, a sense of urgency, you will get a great shot every possession.
Fournier. Going to launch beyond the arc. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that 3.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
Into the front court comes Rondo. Lead is 2. And the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
LeBron James trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 73%. Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. Fultz into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Aaron Gordon. Add 2 points to the board.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scattering.
Nice pass to set things up.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
LBJ. To Davis. Cousins.
Shot, back out.
Oh, he had it. Anthony Davis tips it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Oh, emphatic slam.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Markelle Fultz. Not big finish. Full head of steam that time. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Slams it down.
These two teams are matching basket for basket. If the pace of the game is going to be like this, I need to start stretching.
Across the timeline comes James. Down by 1. They go down to Davis.
Why you double team?
Finishes
I had it.
strong.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
To Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba powers it through.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Orlando ball. Fultz. He drains it.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
It's Cook with the basketball. They trail by 1. James. Won't go down. Gordon. Knocks it down from mid-range. Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. James to Davis. Anthony Davis. 3 for 4. Good start.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
I missed it.
On the first free throw. Second and 3. Got it. Los Angeles, they have it. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
You've got to get that one to go. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
James into the front court. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. A fundamental shot
real
right
quick.
there.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Bradley to Davis. Magic in control. Markelle Fultz swings it. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. And he powers it home. 2 more points for Anthony Davis.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Down the lane to lay it in. Long key from 3/4 court. That'll do it for the first quarter. The Magic have the lead. One quarter down. Jay, is anyone gonna miss? Defense. To Gordon. Fournier. Goes to the left side. Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the three-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
Bradley to Caldwell Pope. Deep right corner. Caldwell Pope. The Magic have the rebound. Takes it coast to coast, and the strong finish at the rim. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Bradley over to the right side to Bradley. Kuzma to the basket, but his shot stays out. Augustine with it up top. Leads 5. 4-3. That's good D. Shot no good. Bradley to Kyle Kuzma. Knocked loose. Magic have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Bradley. Great look and vision. Kentavious Caldwell Pope. 2-4 now.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
To Aaron Gordon. Short jumper won't go down.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Screen coming. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Pass to the rim. And the slam.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. you essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Augustine with the basketball. Up 5 to Gordon. Sets him up. That's out. Last touch by Aaron Gordon. Lakers ball. Bradley. Here comes the screen. The monster stuff.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Rondo with the basketball. Right now, down 7. To Caldwell Pope. JaVale McGee. Aaron Gordon knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Kuzma. To Bradley. From long range. Rebound Bamba. In the front court, it's Augustine. His team up by 7. Fournier rising for the slam.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Nothing going here on that drive. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Rajon Rondo at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He wants this number up. 60% career free throw shooter. Fournier, where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
Orlando has it. Fournier. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. Bradley. To Kyle Kuzma. Bradley. They get it to Kuzma. Down low. Kyle Kuzma. Strong finish.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Augustine with it up top. Leads 4 to Mo Bamba. Fournier. Fires the 3. Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good.
Get down. Half court, hands up. I'm on D.
To Bradley. Knocked loose. That ball's out of bounds. Last touch by a Magic, so it stays with the LA Lakers. Knocked loose. Magic in control. Throws it down. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Los Angeles has the basketball. Driving right to the...
Oh, out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. They work it down to Gordon. Aaron Gordon stuffs it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
First half comes to an end with the Magic in front.
Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Magic are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets for the Orlando Magic.
Game player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
I need 5 more assists, 7 more rebounds.
Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us. And see you again after the game.
It's Orlando's ball. Rocking the rim.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Knocked loose. Emphatic slam.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Here's Rondo with it. His guys trail by 10. Cousins. Augustine with the basketball. His guys lead here early stages, 3rd quarter. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created.
That's
Pass
funny.
is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To James. No good. To Fournier. Gordon. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Count it. He's going to the line for a free throw.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
LeBron James trying to cash in on a 3-point play. Hasn't missed yet. And he missed the free throw. In the front court, it's Augustine. Up a dozen.
Hey, give me the ball. Give me the ball. Oh, no. All right, now give me the ball. Yeah.
To Aaron Gordon. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Little tic-tac. Oh, that's
James.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, he couldn't get it to go.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this 3rd quarter. They'll get it down to Davis. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Evan Fournier bothered just enough there.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Augustine with it up top. Lead is 12.
Come on, bro. What you doing, Chris?
James to Danny Green. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Yeah,
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
That nigga.
Danny Green at the line for 2 shots. A career 81% free throw shooter. Oops, he missed the first one. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Augustine with the basketball. It's an 11-point game. Gets it in the left corner. Has a look. Off the mark. Well contested.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling. He sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive.
Oh, he's supposed to make that, bro. I need 4 more assists. I need fair. I need to be fair to be worth fair.
And stuffs it home. Here on the home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a
ball.
play like that, the crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
I need fair.
To Vucevic.
Oh, get the ball back.
Rejects it. That's his
Back to you.
third
Shoot
block
that
this
again.
evening.
Worth fair?
Vucevic
No, it's not worth fair.
gets a look. Can't hit.
Your contest was great because
suck.
of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
You, shoot it. You're worth fair.
Goes to the right side.
Ah!
With a piece.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
I don't know about y'all.
Lakers at the controls right now. To Danny Green. Pass to Cousins. Down low. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball gods will 100% reward you.
Defense, let's go.
To Fournier. Here's a chance from long range. Well defended.
In the first half, he pretty much made every single shot. It was magical to watch. But now that you have drawn so much attention, try to get your teammates more involved.
James. And 2 for AD.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
None of y'all work for it. I'm done.
To James.
I ain't trying to get to the game. So
Almost unlucky bounce. Trying to cash in. And 2 points to the board.
I'm worth fair.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day.
I'm worth fair.
Contraptions out there.
Ah!
Got a piece of him.
Still worth fair.
Gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation.
One more time. 2 for
Great
$1.
contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession.
Yeah, that
Give
should
the
have been
offensive player the
backdoor.
ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Sheer strength to slam it down. He ran right through the gauntlet.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
To Vucevic.
Oh, hell no. You can make that, but you can't make no fucking layup. You're not worth fair.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Cousins. Aaron Gordon sends it away. Fourth this contest. Magic have it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
New blood coming in for both sides.
And they Werfer. I don't need Fer no more. I need 3.
To Davis. And he buries it.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there is a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Cook to bring it into the front court. His guys down by 9. To Cousins. Kicks it outside.
Nope.
Danny Green.
Watch him.
From the painted area, won't go down. Here's Orlando with the basketball.
Werfer.
Vucevic. Easy pass to the rim.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Cousins to Davis. Throws it down. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
To Gordon. To Vucevic. Has a chance. The shot almost.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to
D on him.
But it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Fires the 3. That won't go. Gordon. Lets it fly from long range. Textbook defense. It's Cook with the basketball. 9-point margin. Cousins to Kyle Kuzma. For 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
To Aaron Gordon. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
Strong finish that time for Danny Green. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive.
You're Werfer. Oh, wrong person.
To Gordon.
You're Werfer today. Oh, you're not. Yeah, you are.
Able to convert inside.
That should be it. I got 10 up now.
Equals high percentage.
You're gonna tell
Los
me.
Angeles, they have it. To Cousins.
Oh, oh.
Here we go.
Who's Werfer?
Anthony Davis lets it fly, draws the double, and still hits.
I get tired of hearing guys say, I was there, I contested a shot, I pretty much had a hand in his face. Well, no, you have to change up the game. If a guy is right-handed, he is right eye dominant. Get that hand over his right eye, block his vision. That'll enhance his chances of missing the shot.
Late heave to beat the buzzer. Third quarter comes to
Still up
the
6.
Magic have the lead.
Cause I'm Werfer. Still up 6. Cause I'm Werfer. Cause I'm Werfer. Still up 6. Cause I'm Werfer.
It'll be Lakers ball as we begin the fourth quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this.
Substitutions. Orlando. Stepping in for the Los Angeles Lakers, number 0.
Aaron Gordon swats it. And his foot was on.
Yeah,
it's
dummy. Oh.
I got him. Here we go.
From the outside, no good.
And he usually makes a living on shots like that, but sometimes maybe it's just not your night.
Wrong person. Ooh, I got the ball back.
Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit it.
Screen coming. Danny Green able to recover with the block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Now it's been scrappy. Let's see who can take the jump. Kuzma. Jumper's good.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so
I was not noticed, man. They ain't a fucking way how that happened.
Ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic,
That's cray. Y'all take me out. Start losing. I got us.
Yes, and a foul.
Turn on that now.
Three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw up and good as he finishes off the three-point play. The lead is down to 6.
I got ball.
To Davis. And he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there.
This is why I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Lies.
And a whistle.
Lies.
Almost got a steal.
Danny Green to James. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
It's James controlling the offense to Kyle Kuzma. Davis gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Nice pass to set things up. Has a look. And a putback slam.
And I got a chance to hear a lot of the conversation at the bench. And one of the things they called out was owning the backboards. Looks like the message is really getting through.
That ball's out of bounds. Last touch by a Magic. So it stays with the LA Lakers. James. To Davis. Knocked loose. That ball's out of bounds. Last touch by a Magic. So it stays with the LA Lakers. James to Danny Green. And the finish. Slam dunk.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds it inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Rises for the slam.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Get back.
To Davis.
Come on, man.
And a throwdown.
Well, we lost this one somehow.
I can, because that's my only choice. Magic basketball. To Vucevic. Nice pass to get things going.
But did you see the way he was able to do it, Ed? Did you see him constantly probe the defense by maintaining his dribble? Ultimately, if you keep your eyes on all the other defenders, they will lose track of where the ball is. That's where you slip a quick pass in for an easy dunk.
It's LeBron. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
Every NBA player has a superpower. His, obviously, is that depth perception, because that trajectory leads the ball to the net every time.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Rebound LeBron.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
Danny Green. In the front court, it's Augustine. His guys trail by 10.
Y'all fucking suck. That ain't your team.
The Lakers get the victory as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our